And with that, we welcome you to a very crowded and packed Millett Hall on a Friday night in Oxford, Ohio for Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan with you here on this Friday night. So glad you're with us as the Miami RedHawks host the defending conference champion and a team that made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament last year in the Buffalo Bulls, who come in 9-6, 0-2 in the conference. The Miami RedHawks 7-8 overall, 0-2 in the MAC as well. Both of these teams looking for their first conference win of the season tonight. We'll talk about Buffalo first. Again, a team 32-4 last season, an 87-73 win in the MAC championship against the Falcons from Bowling Green. However, that team from last year graduated 5 seniors and lost their head coach. A brand new look to the Buffalo Bulls this season, who have survived that early non-conference schedule, but still looking for that first MAC win, and they have not started the conference schedule 0-3 since 2013. For Miami, they're coming off a 78-76 loss against Bowling Green on Tuesday, a 93-82 loss against Central Michigan on Saturday as well to begin league play for the RedHawks. That game against Bowling Green Tuesday came down to the wire. It was close, but Dylan Fry ended up winning that one for the Falcons a couple of days ago. Delonte Brown, his 4th double-double of the season in Bowling Green the other night. Our national anthem and starting lineups are happening now at Millett Hall. Let's join the building public address and then tip-off here from Oxford.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Bulls of Buffalo. Wearing number 2, Antwayne Johnson. Number 3, Javon Graves. Wearing number 4, Devontae Jordan. Number 11, Janaven Williams. And wearing the 34, Josh Umala. The Bulls assistants are Andre Thorpe and Jamie Quarles, and the head coach of Buffalo, Jim Weitzel.
And a lob to Zabandi for the first basket of the season. Now snap back by Rodriguez.
And now, here are your starters for your Miami RedHawks. Presented by the Roses in Oxford. A 6'8" senior forward from Bowling Green, Ohio, number 14, Bam Bowman. A 6'7" junior forward from Toledo, Ohio, number 13, Delonte Brown. A 6'2" freshman guard from Loreto, Ohio, number 3, Day Grant. A 6'1" freshman guard from Terre Haute, Indiana, number 11, Myjay White. And a 6'3" junior guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, wearing number 1, Nike Savandi. Director of Basketball Operations, Kyle Walker. Assistant Head Coach Damon Ferguson. The assistant coaches for Miami are Ken Flo, J.R. Reynolds, and Jeff Rudder. The head coach for the RedHawks in his 3rd season.
All right, and with that, we are set ready for basketball here from Millett Hall this evening. The Miami RedHawks and the Buffalo Bulls. Again, Buffalo starting number 2, Antoine Johnson, number 3, Javon Graves, number 4, Devontae Jordan, and number 11, Jonathan Williams, and number 34, Josh Mballa. For Miami, it's number 1, Nike Savandi, number 3, Day Grant, number 11, Myjay White, number 13, Delonte Brown, and number 14, Bam Bowman. Buffalo in their away dark royal blue uniforms. They have white names on the back, white numbers, white trim, and it says Buffalo across the front in white. For the RedHawks, it's the home white uniforms, red numbers, red trim, and red names. Still not as big of a crowd as you would want to see for a basketball game here at Millett Hall, as both sections, there are 2 sections that face the court on either side of the floor that are pretty full. Other than that, this arena stands empty, but hopefully they can generate some noise and atmosphere tonight, as the RedHawks face a team in Buffalo that is beatable, was not last year, as the Bulls going to the 2nd round of the NCAA tournament. But this year, Buffalo certainly could start 0-3 in the MAC for the first time since 2013. Delonte Brown will take the opening tip at half court with number 34, Josh Mballa. Mballa 6'7", Delonte Brown also 6'7", and Brown with the opening tip win to get things going here in Oxford. It is Day Grant at the top of the key for Miami. Hands to Delonte Brown, Bam Bowman, top of the key. Back for Grant with a charge down the middle of the lane. And he went up there for a shot, but was fouled coming down. I guess no foul, they just say it went out of bounds, as Grant tried to go up for that shot. Grant pass to the far side. Here's a 3-pointer missed by Brown, far corner. Buffalo able to pick it up here. Antoine Johnson across the line, left wing. Cuts back to the far side. Number 11, Jonathan Williams. Buffalo left to right across your radio here in this first half. Jordan got a pass top of the key, making a drive down the middle of the lane, left side of the paint, and he got fouled coming in. Day Grant with a contact there for Miami. And that'll be team foul number 1 against the RedHawks tonight. We are 32 seconds in from Millett Hall. Inbound coming for Buffalo. Devontae Jordan down their far side of the baseline will shovel it to the top of the key. Williams, a long 3 from there. The rebound brought in by Day Grant after the shot, no good. Nike Savandi to the near side. Myjay White controls with a right-handed dribble on the left wing. Back for Savandi, top of the key, holding in the left arm. White left wing for Grant, a little deeper on the outside the arc. Grant top of the key, inside. Brown with a 2-handed jam. He was left wide open under the hoop. And the RedHawks take the 2-0 lead early on. Jordan to the far corner, Javon Graves charging to the middle. And he traveled for Buffalo. The RedHawks will get the basketball back. Good early start here for Miami. The question is, can they keep it up? And that has been the issue all year long. Has been, can they continue to play at a high pace all game long? They have the ball offensive end of the floor here. Bam Bowman sets up Savandi, top of the key. Pass down to Bowman, right elbow, and he tried to go up for a layup right next to the hoop, but couldn't get it to go. Too far right. And Mballa hits the brakes, top of the key for Buffalo. Pass to Devontae Jordan. Walks it around the arc to the right wing. Jordan holding here, back up top to Antoine Johnson, leaves it for Graves, little shovel pass there, Graves cutting back to the near wing, and we get a foul on Buffalo offensively. Antoine Johnson set up a screen as soon as he gave the ball back to Graves, and that's what caused the foul. And that is the first personal against Antoine Johnson, the 6'2", 202 senior out of Greenwood, Florida. Brown far wing for the RedHawks, offensive end of the floor, Bowman top of the key, near side to Myjay White. Back up top, Grant holds it at his right arm. Far side, Brown. A bounce pass far side. Bowman controls in the paint, got a nice lane there to move around the defender. That was Mbala, and Bowman working to the left arm to put it off the glass and in for 2 from the post. 4-0 RedHawks, a little over 2 minutes in. Devontae Jordan dribbling with his left arm top the key, decides to drive down the right edge of the paint, hands it back instead to Johnson. Now left wing Graves, pulls up left elbow, jumper, that missed. In and out there for Graves. Sabani back the other way for Miami. Pass ahead to the right wing, Myjai White. Sabani for Bowman, top the key, near side Grant. Myjai White comes from under the post back to the near corner after getting a pass. Trying to feed it top of the key. Bowman had trouble there and then got it to Sabani, who was at the half-court line. Johnson shoved him off. And there's a foul on Buffalo as Bowman had to chase the ball back to the near sideline, a feed to half-court where Sabani got the pass and was fouled. So that's team foul number 2 on Buffalo with 17:23 to go in the first. Myjai White, the inbound right in front of us. To Day Grant, standing at half court, 16 to shoot for Miami. Bowman now right wing, outside the arc, holds it above his head. It was taken away by Mbala, a little strip. Bowman regains control behind him. Sabani now, top the key, 6 to shoot. Left wing drive, Sabani off the glass and in, regain control of the ball on Ronaldo Segu, who is the defender, and RedHawks lead at 6-0 here. 3 minutes into the first half. Jordan back the other way for Buffalo. Segu has the ball. Down the right edge of the paint, trying to float one in on a layup. That missed. Rebound to Bowman, who lost control. It's an offensive board. Buffalo. Mbala works it free under the hoop, but his layup attempt going off the glass on the right side missed. And Day Grant leads the charge back the other way for Miami. Over the timeline right wing. Step back from the top of the key, dribbling in the right arm. Grant will reach the right elbow. Little floater shot. That's good for Day Grant. And he is on the board with his first 2 points of the night, and the RedHawks lead at 8-0 with 16:22 to go in the first. Segu top of the key, dishes back for Devontae Jordan. Working there on Day Grant, drive middle of the lane. Jordan a little too hard there on the right-handed hook shot for the Mac logo in the paint as the ball changes possession multiple times before going out of bounds at the far side of the baseline, and they say the RedHawks will keep with 16:11 to go in the first. Day Grant to Sabani, left wing, Miami offensive end. Sabani pulls up, lock 3, got it! 5 points of the night for Sabani. RedHawks lead at 10-0. Buffalo head coach James Whitesell says that's enough and will call his first timeout with 15:55 to go in the first half. RedHawks lead at 10-0 over Buffalo. A little over 4 minutes into this one at a Friday night showdown from Millett. This is Miami Basketball on RedHawk Radio. 10-0, the RedHawks lead it early on here from Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. 15:55 is left here in this first half, and Buffalo, after the 10-0 run by Miami to start things off in this first half, calling their first timeout, not even 5 minutes in. Not a good start on the road for this Buffalo team, coming off an 88-68 loss at Ball State Tuesday night. Playing 2 road games here in the middle of the back schedule. Drive down the right lane by Graves, and he got fouled, upended there on the offensive end of the floor for the Bulls, who move left to right in this first half. And that might be a shooting foul here against Buffalo. MyJ White whistled for his first, and that is Miami's second as a team in this half. So Javon Graves is at the line here, a preseason All-MAC East selection, averaging 16.7 points per game on the year. And he will miss the first free throw. Javon Graves appeared in 36 games last year, started 35 of them. Has started every game this year, including this one tonight. And the second free throw missed as well, so it remains a 10-0 game. RedHawks lead it. Dede Grant top of the key, the freshman controls for Miami. Right wing pass to Sabani, back up top Bowman. Near side MyJ White. Trying to jab step on the left wing there on Segu. Instead gives it back top of the key. Grant with 7 to shoot down the left lane. He's fouled. Trying to come up for a shot near the left elbow, and a little bit too much contact from the defender that time, which was Devontae Jordan, his first personal foul in the Buffalo as a team, their third. Ducks out rebounding Buffalo 6-3 early on here from Millett. Dede Grant to the line now. Takes 2 dribbles and then fires off the first one, and it's good. Grant is 77.8% free throw shooter on the year. 6'2", 180 freshman guard of Lorain, Ohio, at 11 points in the game against Bowling Green the other day. He's seeing an increased role in the lineup as the starting point guard for the RedHawks tonight. Second one bounces in and out. It's 11-0. RedHawks lead it. Segu, drive to the right wing for Buffalo. Near corner Jordan, bounce pass inside, and ball right elbow controls. Dishes back top of the key. Segu fakes a 3 inside the paint, a little floater. That's good for the back logo. Made a nice fake there on Sabani. Faked the 3-pointer and then took 2 steps in for the drive, and Buffalo is on the board. And then Sabani on the far side of the offensive end trying to dribble it through Imbala, but Imbala knocked it away off Sabani and out the far sideline from the Buffalo bench. So that is turnover number 1 on the day for Nike Sabandi. And also Miami turnover number 1. Jordan moving down the lane on the right side. A foul whistle here to Grant, who is in the paint. As Kai Larry and Coleman Lance will come into the game for Miami. Isaiah Coleman Lance. Sabani will sit, so will Grant. So they bring out a couple smaller guys for another couple smaller guys. Jordan top the key for Buffalo. Left elbow. Back for Graves. With a pass to the far side, almost out of the reach of Segu. Has to regain control left wing. Drive to the elbow. That one was knocked away, and Balla regains control of the ball for the Bulls. And fires it off the left side of the glass and in for 2. 14:24 to go in the first. 11-4 RedHawks lead it. Top of the key for the RedHawks, it's MyJ White. Back for Bowman, left wing. Larry regains control at the point for Miami. Trying to walk his way around the arc. Behind the back pass, Bowman faked the 3. Larry left wing moving to his right, traveled on Segu, who was defending him. Good ball movement and chemistry there between MyJ White and Bam Bowman, but White taking the extra step. So 14-11 to go here in the first. 11-4 RedHawks lead it. Buffalo returns the other way. Bounce pass to the near side. Jonathan Williams has the ball top of the key. Little shovel pass back for Graves. Williams now. Left side, outside the arc. Makes the drive down the left side on Delonte Brown. And Williams able to find room. He stepped in and back out. Brown was left there hanging. And Williams able to get it past him off the glass for 2. And Buffalo has put together a little 6-0 run here. As it is Delonte Brown knocked away the ball, offensive end of the floor, and they get it ahead of Imbala with a right-handed slam to make it an 11-8 game. And now Jack Owens wants a timeout as Buffalo has been able to climb back a little bit in this one. 13:33 to go in the first half, and the Bulls now have an 8-0 run after the RedHawks had an 11-0 run to begin this one. And we'll step aside for the break. 13:33 to go here in the first. RedHawks leading the Bulls 11-8 in a Friday night showdown from Millett. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back after the timeout here at Millett. All RedHawks with the ball offensive end of the floor. J. White for McNamara top of the key, and now left wing Mackie Larry. Trying to drive on the baseline, got upended there by a ball and knocked on his back. The ball out of bounds off Miami. And then McNamara shoves Segu off of Mackie Larry. And the Buffalo bench is going crazy right now. As Larry upended there, fell over on his back when a ball has stripped the ball away. And then it went off Larry after he lost control out of bounds near the baseline. So Buffalo the inbound here. Don't believe any fouls were called there. Segu returns the ball to the right side of the floor, to our right for Buffalo. Pulls up right elbow for a jumper. That's good. So now the Bulls have put themselves within one. It's 11-10 Miami. 7 minutes in. Again, the RedHawks led this game 11-0 at one point. Top the key, RedHawks have Precious Aya in the game. Larry left wing, back for Aya top. At the point, looking for options. Bounces twice with the right arm, hands back for McNamara. Far side, J. White, 12 to shoot for the RedHawks. Top of the key, Mackie Larry holds the ball for the RedHawks. Left wing now, it's Coleman Lance. Bounces one inside. McNamara holds, fires a jumper in and out on Mbala. Jordan the rebound for Buffalo, he's back the other way. Pass to Graves over the line right wing. Stops for a three, launches it, and it's good for Javon Graves, who's only shooting 16.7% from three-point land on the year. And Buffalo with their first lead of the game, 13-11, with 12:15 to go in the first. Larry dribbles with the left arm at half court. J. White back for Larry, top of the key. Mackie Larry waits. Far side pass, Coleman lands, launches a three. It's in and out, it's tipped around into the hoop. Jordan regains control for Buffalo. Stretch pass ahead, Segu right wing, shovels to the middle, and Mbala with a foul and one. As he got the layup in and good with the right arm. Coming in there to foul him, I believe, was McNamara. And with 11:57 to go in the first, Buffalo leading it in this game by a score of 15-11, and they have a chance for a three-point play when we return from this timeout. 11:57 to go in the first half. RedHawks are trailing to Buffalo. The Bulls on a current 15-0 run, rather. As we'll be back to Millett in a moment. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 11:57 is left here in half number 1 for Millett Hall at Oxford. Patrick Geshan back with you here. Buffalo leading this one by 4. Bulls shooting 7 for 12 from the field early on, 58.3%. RedHawks 5 for 11 from the field, that's 45.5%. There's no three-point, yeah, there have been three-point opportunities for either team. 1 for 2, Buffalo is from outside the arc. RedHawks are 0 for 2. So Mbala here at the line to try to complete a three-point play for the Bulls. Number 34 in blue. 6'7", 217 sophomore, 50.7% free throw shooter on the year. And the first, or the only free throw rather, bounces off the rim, up in the air and back out, so no good. And Buffalo is 0 for 3 in the free throw department tonight. Larry top the key, trying to filter it through some Buffalo defenders. They take it back the other way. Jordan up and under move and puts it in with the left arm for an extra 2 as Makai Larry had it top of the key for Miami, trying to pass through 2 Buffalo players to get it down low, but it doesn't quite work that way. Bowman to the near side for Jovic. Milos Jovic back for Bowman, hands off to Sabandi. Hits the brakes far side, charging down the baseline to the paint, and we'll get it up and in for 2. Nike Sabandi give the RedHawks their first few points in a little while. Buffalo is back. Here's Segu. Feeds it far side, Devontae Jordan. Dribbles between the legs, pulls up downtown 3. It's good for Devontae Jordan. That was way outside the arc, probably 3 feet away. Sinks it there, 20-13. Bulls have the 7-point lead with 10:52 to go in the first. Delonte Brown, top the key, Jovic. Drive down the middle of the lane. It's off the glass, no good with the left hand. Buffalo pushing the floor back to the wave pretty quickly. Segu drops back at the arc. And we'll walk it around here at center, dribbling between the left and right arm. 18 to shoot for the Bulls. His matchup, Larry Segu. Cross-court pass, far corner. Jonathan Williams back for Mbala in the paint. Mac logo is fouled on the move in. The shot didn't count. Got it up with the right arm and off the right side of the hoop. So Mbala will return to the line here and try to make the first free throw of the night for the Bulls. Bam Bowman whistled for the foul, his first personal. And Mbala will shoot 2. And the first one sinks through after a pair of bounces on the iron. Brown and Brewer back in for Miami. Josh Mbala out of Bordeaux, France. He was born in Detroit, went over to France with his family, came back to the U.S. for high school at Camille Academy. 4 points in the game the other day against Ball State. Averaging 10.4 points per game this year for the Bulls. Second free throw good as well. And Brock Bertram will be in the game now for Buffalo. Mbala will be taken out. So Mbala up to 8 points on the day. Will have a rest here, leading the team with 10 minutes. Has been out there all the time until now. Brown top of the key. Gave it off for Bowman. Now Sabani behind the arc for the RedHawks, dribbling between the legs. Drive down the left side, and he locked over a man in the left elbow. And will draw the offensive foul. Devontae Jordan will for the Bulls. Was trying to drive in that time. RedHawks knocking over Jordan. And a pretty unanimous call there. 2 officials said it was an offensive foul. Jordan between the left and right arm for the Bulls. Scrapes top the key, holds it above his head. Bertram does the same. Gives it back for Nickelberry. Drive down the right side of the paint. Off the glass, no good with 2 hands. Brown picks up the rebound for Sabani. Dribbling right arm, hits the free throw line. A pass left side, and Delonte Brown puts it up and in for an and 1. Good offensive movement there for the RedHawks. Sabani, good awareness to go to Brown, who was with him on the rush. And off the glass and in for 2 for Brown, and a chance for a 3-point play. That can maybe generate some momentum for Miami here. 9:46 to go in the first. 22-15, Buffalo leads it. Delonte Brown, 4 points on the night, sinks the free throw through. Had his 4th double-double of the season the other night at Bowling Green. Makes it a 22-16, Buffalo on top by 6. Bulls with a drive down the right wing. Segu lifted it high off the glass, no good. Brown came down with a rebound. It was stripped away from him, and they say the foul on Buffalo, as that occurred under the hoop on the layup missed by Segu. And Brock Bertram will be whistled for his first personal for the Bulls. RedHawks out rebounding Buffalo 9-8 early on, including 8-7 margin in defensive rebounds for the RedHawks. Kyle Larry top the key, near wing for Brown. Back for Bowman at the point. 9:20 to go in this first half. Bowman float pass inside. Brown got control in the post and put it off the glass. He in for two. Back to within 4 of the RedHawks. 22-18, Buffalo the lead. 9:10 to go in the first. Segu top of the key, shovels near wing. Graves lock three, nothing but net for Javon Graves, who's now up to 6 points on the day and 2 for 2 from outside the arc. Decided to just try it. Sabani, offensive end of the floor, near side pass. Brewer, 3 from the corner, got it. And Josh Brewer on the board. Another 3-pointer good for the RedHawks. And close the lead back to within 4. 25-21, Buffalo leads it. Devontae Jordan dribbles between both arms. Drive down the middle of the lane. It's off the glass with the right arm. Too hard. Bowman came down to the rebound and gave it off for Sabani. Up the wing comes Makai Larry. Dribbles here outside the arc in the left wing between the left and right arm. Top of the key for Bam Bowman. Waiting here for Miami. Larry outside the arc. Launches the three. It's good for Makai Larry. He's on the board with points today. 1 for 1 from outside the arc is Larry now. And the Reds within 1. Graves down low to Bertram under the hoop. His long layup attempt missed. And he got it back on a rebound. Brown coughed it up down there. Bertram regains control and puts it in for 2 more. Buffalo on top, 27-24. Larry quarterback in the offense right now for the RedHawks. Right elbow will stop. Bowman, left edge of the paint, forced to come back to the near corner. Launches a 3 from there. It is good for Bam Bowman. 5 points of the day for Bowman now. 2 for 3 from the field, and we're tied at 27. This will be a close game, it appears, all night long. Back and forth we go at Millett. Segu at half court for the Bulls. Dribbling with the right arm. Hits the brakes on Sabani, top the key. Drive down the left side of the paint, forced to the far corner. Segu stealing the ball. Sabani gets an arm in there, knocks it free out the far baseline, but they will say it stays for the Bulls, who will have 11 to shoot with 7:17 to go in the first half. Jack Owens all smiles right now for Miami as this crowd into the game as well. We're tied at 27 from Millett Hall in Oxford. This is Miami basketball from Red Hawk Radio. .717 is left here in half number 1 from Millett Hall in Oxford. Patrick Geshan back with you here. Glad you're with us on this Friday night from Millett. They're trying to get it rocking tonight. Tied at 27. Buffalo has 8 turnovers early on in this one. Miami has 2. RedHawks had 6 turnovers in the game Tuesday against Bowling Green. That was a season low for them. And the points of the paint battle is going to be rampant all night. Buffalo leading that department 14-12. They have the ball offensively here and 6 to shoot after the timeout. Jordan left wing outside the arc, now 3 to shoot. Has trouble at the free throw line, gives it back. Williams trying to dribble it toward the middle. I don't think he knew how much shot clock time was left. His coach yelling at him right now to look up. As Williams, no sense of urgency there with the shot clock expiring, and will remain tied at 27 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Larry far side, Aya had the ball stripped away, regained control on the ball. Far side, Brewer launches a 3, that missed short. And Buffalo regains control. Segu quickly back the other way. Williams, right side, outside the arc, drive down the right edge of the paint. That one missed. Although the ball up in the air for a second, tipped in with the left arm of Josh Bala, who came in to finish it off. Bulls retake a 29-27 lead. Subandi top the key. He'll just fire off a 3. That's in and out. And the rebound picked up by the Bulls under the hoop, and Bala tag teaming with Johnson. Segu across down line, right edge of the floor. Reaches the top of the key. Pulls up free throw line, the jumper missed. And Brown leads the charge back the other way. Pass at the left wing, Subandi. In the paint, has trouble, regains control of the ball. Now it's on the floor, tied up. As Subandi and Precious Aya came in there to control it for the RedHawks, or tried to, and then also with his arms around the ball with Segu, they whistle the jump ball. Right on top of the MAC logo in the paint. The possession arrow favoring Buffalo at the moment. And so the Bulls will earn the turnover here. Or officially a steal for Ronaldo Segu. Antoine Johnson will inbound the ball here for the Bulls, but not until the Bulls make a substitution. They'll bring Javon Graves into the game, and he'll replace Devontae Jordan. So Johnson the pass to the paint. Segu picks it up from the inbound with 6:10 to go in the first. Larry's working on him. Segu over the timeline, middle of the floor. Far side, Javon Graves. Antoine Johnson, far corner. Williams, left elbow down the left edge, and a foul whistle here on his charge. As it appears they've given Delonte Brown his first personal. And the 7th team foul against Miami in this first half, so Buffalo now has a 1-1 bonus. And Williams is going to shoot free throw. Jonathan Williams, 6'5", 200 sophomore out of Rochester, New York, starting every game this year. Was off the bench for every game last season, registered 14 points in the game against Ball State. First free throw on the 1-on-1 is in and out. And Precious Aya grabs the board for Miami and gives off here for Mekhi Larry. Cross timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Larry dribbling with the right arm, back to the near side, Delonte Brown. Into the paint, fired it off the glass and in for an and one. Brown found a lane to the hoop. I believe Mbala was down there. Nope, they're gonna say the foul was on Williams, who picks up his first. And the Bulls bench doesn't like that call. It appeared that there really wasn't that much contact on Delonte Brown, and now Jim Whitesell, their head coach, asking for an explanation here half court. And now the referees may be reviewing it to see if this is a little bit more.
A double technical foul has been called on Miami's Nike Savandi.
Wow. Nike. So they just announced a double technical was called on Nike Subandi and Ronaldo Segu of Buffalo. So I guess they were. It's Segu's first personal, Sabandi's second personal. Subandi going over to sit on the bench now, so I guess they were talking to each other there under the hoop or something. So double technicals to Subandi and Segu. And Delonte Brown will try to complete the three-point play here with a free throw. We're tied at 29 with 5:45 to go in the first, and that is good from Delonte Brown. So back to the 1-point lead. Devontae Jordan over the timeline for Buffalo. Pass to the left wing, Jonathan Williams. Returns top of the key, Javon Graves. Back to the near wing, Antoine Johnson. Graves, top of the key, right elbow. Pulls up for the jumper, and that's in and out on the right side of the hoop. Back for Larry, who picks up the board and is across town line for the RedHawks, middle of the floor. Larry pulls up, three-point shot short. Rebound right to the hands of Williams. And it's up the near wing for Antoine Johnson. Cross-court pass, three-pointer launch by Jordan. That missed too hard. Rebound in the free throw line, battled for there. Delonte Brown was taken down from behind by Williams, and a whistle foul on that. As Jonathan Williams is whistled for his second foul. And Buffalo as a team now has 8. So that means free throws coming here, as both teams now have 8 team fouls each in this half. Precious Aya will come out of the game for Miami. And they bring McNamara back in. So Delonte Brown shooting here for the RedHawks. The first free throw is good on the 1-and-1. And Buffalo elects to bring back in, or bring in for the first time tonight, rather, LaQuill Hardnett. 6'8", 200 redshirt freshman of Philadelphia. Brown makes the second free throw. RedHawks lead by 3, 32-29 with 5:05 to go in the first. Jordan down the near wing from Buffalo. Pulls up at the arc. Graves to the far side. Jumper free throw line. Johnson made it. Had a bit of a break there for the Bulls. Now trailing by 1. Less than 5 to go here in the first half. Makai Larry back to the near wing. Outside the arc. Dribbles around and will find a lane to drive through down the right side. Then a pass far wing. Coming in Myjai White. Cross court. Tried to fire a shot off. It was blocked down. Under the hoop, McNamara with the ball. Dishes back outside. Charge in from Larry. Stripped away. Back to the top of the key. Brewer chases down the loose ball. Far side now it is Myjai White. And we get a whistle here, as the shot clock was reset for some reason during the Miami offensive possession. So the referees here are going to blow it dead. So it'll be an inbound here from Miami. The shot clock did say 19 seconds. Now it says 9. Coleman lands top, the key for the RedHawks. Dribbles with the left arm. Not much time to shoot. White left wing. A foul whistled here. FC had the ball outside the arc, and I guess Antoine Johnson, who defended him, made too much contact there. And now Isaiah Coleman-Lands runs over to the bench. He was limping a little bit, but I guess it's fine. He'll come right back out. So 1-on-1 free throws here to Myjai White. RedHawks up by 1, 4:24 to go in the first. Buffalo now with 9 team fouls in this first half, and the free throw is good that time from Myjai White. 33-31 now the score. Waited 27 minutes against Bowling Green. That was third most time on the year. Makes the second one. RedHawks lead it by 3 with a bonus plus now. Jordan over the timeline, middle of the floor for Buffalo. Pulls up and goes back to the left wing at the top of the key. Now Segu controls half court. Near side, three-pointer. Graves hit the rim short, although an offensive rebound picked up and ball under the hoop. Stripped away though by Coleman-Lands. It returns back the other way for the RedHawks. Shovel pass far side. Myjai White moves to the middle of the floor inside the arc. Coleman-Lands left wing. Bounce pass down low. Sabani trying to work his way to the paint. Left edge of it now. Will fire off a spin around shot, and a foul whistled here as LaQuill Hardnett got his hand up too high on the shooting Delonte Brown. And we'll get a timeout here with 3:48 to go in the first half. RedHawks holding up with the Buffalo Bulls. They lead it by 3, 34-31, Miami on top. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 3:48 is left here in the first half for Oxford. RedHawks 34, Buffalo 31 from Millett Hall. Here as the media timeout wraps up. So free throws are on the way here for Miami. As Delonte Brown steps up to the line, he will shoot 2. And Delonte Brown for the night tonight, 4 for 4 on the free throws, makes that one, and is now 5 for 5. Brown coming into tonight is only 165 points away from the 1,000-point club, and would be the 37th member of Miami's program to do so. 6 for 6 now on free throws tonight as Brown up to 14 points, leads Miami 36-31. The RedHawks after the second free throw made by Delonte Brown. Segu right wing offensive end of the floor. Back for Impala, who drove down the middle of the lane but was rejected on a shot. Good block there by McNamara. Coleman lands the other way. Long feet up ahead. Brown down the left wing inside the arc. Little juke move there in the paint on Javon Graves. Brown on the ball, left side of his body. Got it right side and back to the left side and put it off the glass and in for 2. Segu far side of the floor for Buffalo. Moves down to the right elbow. Pass to the near wing. LaQuill Hardnett. On it for the Bulls. Back for Devontae Jordan. Drives to the right elbow. It's short on the shot there. And Myjai White returns back the way for the RedHawks. Far side feed for Brewer. Back for Delonte Brown. Launches a 3. Top of the key. Bounce too far left. Coming down to an offensive board though is McNamara. Far side. Wide open 3. Myjai White. Left it short. And Mbala comes down with the offensive board, or the defensive board rather, for the Bulls. Drive down the right edge of the paint, and Mbala missed it. Put back attempt, no good by Graves. Coming down the left side, ball is loose. And picked up far corner by Isaiah Coleman Lands for Miami. Coleman Lands will slowly trot across the timeline here with 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. 38-31, the RedHawks lead it. Brown, top of the key for McNamara. Lets it go for Brewer. Pull-up jumper, free throw line, and missed it way left on the backboard. Devontae Jordan stretch pass up the right wing, and ball under the hoop. Brown knocked the ball free from him. Although it went out of bounds, Brown was never able to fully regain control. As Josh Brewer was down there trying to save it for Miami, and it came out the near baseline. Delonte Brown is brought out of the game to the delight of the Millett Hall crowd. And inbound coming for Buffalo, 24 to shoot, 2:11 to go in the first. 38-31, Miami leads it. And it will be Devontae Jordan to inbound here for the Bulls. Floats it up ahead for Graves, top of the key. Left it there for Ronald Segudo. Back for Graves, down the right edge of the paint. Flew it off the near side of the rim, no good, and a foul whistle against Miami on the drive-in. Josh Brewer picks up his first. So Javon Graves will shoot 2 free throws here for the Bulls. 71.4% on the year. And will make the first one. Quill Harda is back in the game for Buffalo, and Ball is out. Actually, a ball was walking out, and they said, no, not you, and we want Jonathan Williams, and so Williams will sit on the bench now. Second free throw on the way from Javon Graves. Only 1 for 3 from the line tonight. Buffalo trailing by 6. And that shot made by Graves there with 2:04 to go in the first. And Miami leads it by 5, 38-33. Coleman lands over the timeline on the left wing. Dribbling here between the left and right arm. Top of the key, past the far side, Aya. Now Brewer waits from the corner. Cross-court feed of Myjai White near side. Back to Coleman Lance, top of the key for the RedHawks. 12 to shoot. Coleman Lance inside the arc, trying to dish back out, but no options. Finds White in the near corner. Back for McNamara outside the arc. 3 to shoot for him. Drive down the right side. Spin around move. Trying to lay up attempt. Aya put back. And we get a whistle here for a double dribble by Miami as Aya came down with the ball on the putback attempt for the initial shot by McNamara. 1:34 to go in the first. And a 5-point lead for Miami. Segu a little give and go with Devontae Jordan, and Buffalo back across the timeline the other way. Williams leaves it for Graves. Down the left edge, it was stripped away from him. Eye up, protecting the ball. Mac logo of his own end. Or Coleman lands across timeline, far side of the floor. Dribbles it in the left arm, near side for Josh Brewer. 1:10 to go here in the first half. Brewer, a little spin around move at half court, trying to dance past Graves. As White now drive down the right side of the lane. He was no good. Bounced a couple times off the rim. He had a wide open chance. Buffalo up the right side. Graves feet ahead, give and go. It's Segu, and Graves comes in for the bucket. A slam dunk with two hands and an and one on top of that. As Zaya made contact, Graves just launching himself up from near the hoop. With a two-handed jam on a give-and-go pass from Segu, who was standing in the near corner. So 56.1 to go in the first. Buffalo trails by 3. Graves with a chance to finish off the three-point play here for the Bulls. And will make the free throw. Miami scoreless as a team in the last 2.5 minutes. Coleman lands across the timeline. 24 to shoot for Miami. 49 seconds left in the first half. Brown for McNamara, top of the key. Near side, J. White holding the ball. Coleman lands. Far side, Delonte Brown. Dribbles left arm. Back for Coleman lands. Left wing three from him is good! And Isaiah Coleman lands now has 3 points in the game. 41-36. RedHawks lead at Buffalo has a 3-second differential between shot and game clock. There's 21 seconds left in the first half, 18 to shoot. Segu just dribbling the ball here at half court, matched up with J. White between the left and right arm. Buffalo trying to set up offensively. 8 to shoot. Segu pass far side. We get an offensive foul. As he went to Devontae Jordan over there, and it may have been a 3-second violation against Buffalo. And Jack Owens, when that was called, with a fist pump. 10 seconds left, shot clock is off. Coleman lands over the timeline, right edge of the floor. Reaches the left wing, launches a three, too far right. McNamara, offensive rebound. Free throw line, jumper's good! And we'll hit halftime here from Oxford. The Miami RedHawks will exit the floor to a standing ovation from the Millett Hawk crowd, leading this one by a score of 43-36 at halftime. A very nice first half for the Miami RedHawks, who began the opening 20 minutes on an 11-0 run. Buffalo able to climb back. They had a 15-0 run at one point, but the RedHawks will leave the court on a 5-0 run in the last 55 seconds. Buffalo as a team shooting just 1 for 8 in their last 8 field goals. The RedHawks lead it at the half by a score of 43-36. Delonte Brown has 16 points for Miami. It seems like he wants to get to that 1,000-point club as soon as he possibly can. Came into the night just 165 points away from doing so. By far the leading scorer for the RedHawks, who has 16. Nike Sabani has 6. That's the second most on Miami's team. For Buffalo, 11 points for Javon Graves, who leads the team, and 10 for Josh Mballa, number 34 in blue, who's second most for the Bulls. Also shooting 4 for 8 from the field is Mballa. As McNamara ending that first 20 minutes with a good 2-point jumper on the rebound, and the RedHawks will hit halftime here, leading this one by 7. 43-36 your score. We're back in about 14 minutes or so with a second half action here from Millett Hall. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
56% of the people killed in Ohio Road.
Warma.
Patrick Geshan back with you here at Millett Hall before the second half tips off. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio this evening. Miami 43, Buffalo 36, your score. Javon Graves, the leading scorer for the Bolts, has 11 points tonight. Delonte Brown, the leading scorer for Miami, who has 16. Buffalo, 20 points in the paint to Miami's 18. Mentioned earlier in the game. That's going to be a tough battle all night. Who can get more positioning in the paint? As Miami leading the bench points 11-6. RedHawks have had 12 minutes, 16 seconds with the lead in this game to Buffalo's 5 minutes, 38 seconds. After that first half, Miami shooting 15 for 32 from the field. That's 46.9%. They're 4 for 12 from outside the arc for 33.3%. 9 for 10 for the free throw line for 90%. Buffalo 14 for 34 from the field, 41.2%. 3 for 6 from outside the arc at 50%. 5 for 9 from the line at 55.6%. That's it for Buffalo on the charity stripe today. So an inbound here coming for Miami at half court, near side of the floor. They move left to right across your radio in this one. In the second half, Myjai White will pass to Dana Grant. We're underway here in the second. Grant to the near side for Nike Sabani. Back to the top of the key to Delonte Brown. Hands off for Grant. Drive to the middle of the lane. Bounce pass inside. Bowman up and under with a nice play there to get it in from 2. With the full 360 under the hoop. And finally found a lane to put the ball up and through. 45-36. Miami leads by 9. And Mbalu took the ball back the other way for the Bulls. Has traveled. And so Miami will get it right back. Turnovers are even at 6 apiece right now. Dana Grant holds for the RedHawks. Drive to the right elbow. Free throw line jumper there missed. It's picked up here by Devontae Jordan for the Bulls back to the way. Up the far wing. Shovels it past Bam Bowman, and Bowman with a block. As Jordan got past Bam Bowman under the hoop, then Bowman regained control on defense. An little floater shot up. Bowman knocking away out of midair. So an inbound coming from Devontae Jordan, near side of the baseline for Buffalo. They have 20 to shoot. Top of the key, Jonathan Williams. Pass to the free throw line, Graves. Back for Williams. Launches the top of the key. 3, and it's good. And Jonathan Williams in this game for Buffalo. Now up to 5 points after the three-pointer. Around top of the key for Miami. Left-handed dribble. Back for Sabandi. Into the free throw line, then a jab step back. Ball knocked a little bit behind him by Graves. Myjai White regains control for the RedHawks. Walks it to the top of the key. Far side pass. Grant charging up the baseline. Gave it off for Brown right side. And he made the shot. I don't know if that counted as Grant when he made his charge in. Knocked over number 11, Jonathan Williams, and a blocking foul was called on that. So I don't think the Delonte Brown basket will count. And instead, Dana Grant is going to shoot 2 free throws here for Miami, who leads by 9. A minute and 19 seconds into the second half. And the first free throw in and out from Dana Grant, who comes in a 77.8% free throw shooter on the year. He is 1 for 3 from the line tonight after that miss. And the second one good. That foul was listed on Jonathan Williams. That's his 3rd personal. 4 points of the night for Dana Grant. Buffalo returns to the offensive end of the floor. Graves got a pass. Free throw line. Drive to the middle of the lane. Working there on Myjai White. And Graves had all the room he needed to put it off the glass and in for 2. Here comes Grant back the other way for Miami. Pass to the far side. Brown rather. Down low for White. Almost lost control of the ball, middle lane, far corner though. He got it to Bowman, who made the move in, and an and one for Bam Bowman, who drew a blocking foul after knocking over number 2 in blue. That's Antoine Johnson. The Buffalo bench wanted an offensive foul call initially. That's what I thought would be whistled as Johnson went down hard to the floor. But Bowman will have a chance for a 3-point play here. Van Bowman up to 9 points now on the night. Antoine Johnson brought out after that was his 4th personal foul, so he's in foul trouble already with 18-16 to go in the second half. Antoine Johnson, 2 points on the night, made the start for Buffalo. Bowman sinks the free throw, and the RedHawks are on top 49-41. 10 points on the night for Bowman. Bulls return, Devontae Jordan. Here's side pass to the offensive end of the floor. Segu dribbling with the right arm. Far end for Devontae Jordan to the free throw line. We'll cough it up back to Williams. Spinning around in the paint. Lifted it up, no good on the hoop there. It went out of bounds off Van Bowman, who was waiting for the rebound. It was tipped away as Mbala was trying to go for it too. Off the hands of Bowman and out the baseline. And Buffalo here will inbound near side of the baseline. Here's Devontae Jordan. Little give and go with the ball. Jordan near corner. Launches a 3, and that's good. And that may silence this Millett Hall crowd a little bit. 17:45 to go in the second. 49-44 now. 5-point Miami lead. Grant dribbling left arm. Pass far side. Delonte Brown regains control of the ball in front of the Miami bench, but trying to filter it through, and Williams got the pass. He's down the right side in the paint. And a drive there. Bowman going down. It's a blocking foul on him as Williams will head to the line here to shoot 2. Actually, Brown whistled for the foul. He made the initial contact on Williams, but Bowman was knocked down on that play. So 17:34 is left here in the second, and Williams will be shooting a pair. Jonathan Williams makes the first. Has had double figures in 6 straight games, Jonathan Williams has. 6 points on the night, 1 rebound for him. Make it 7 with that second free throw. So now at 49-46, just a 3-point Miami lead. It's a 1-possession game here for Millett. Day Grant, as you can hear the RedHawks calling for motion. Pass far away from IJ White. Dribbling right arm back to the top of the key. Grant holding here for Miami. Near side pass for Nike Sabanti. Waiting at the line, back up top. Now down low to the near corner. Pass back for Bowman, held it up above his head. Now 7 to shoot. Grant near wing. We'll play it down the right side of the paint. Floater shot in and good by Day Grant. He let that one go about halfway down the paint on the right edge. It went up in here about 5 extra feet above the rim and dropped through nothing but net. 51-46. A 5-point Miami lead. Williams far side. Graves off the glass. And it's hit for an and one. Javon Graves was knocked down in that process. Putting it through for the right wing of the offensive floor. And Graves here with a chance to complete a 3-point play for Buffalo. He's up to 15 points of the night. IJ White just picked up his 2nd personal. And as a team, the Bulls are 4 for 5 in their last 5 field goals. IJ White is out of the game. Josh Brewer is in. And Buffalo here with a chance to make it a 2-point game with a free throw coming from Graves. And he makes it. 16:48 to go here in the second. Day Grant trying to come out of his own end. Heavily defended by Segu. Makes it over the timeline on the left wing. Grant back to the middle of the floor. Dribbling right arm. Pass near side. Brewer wide open 3. Got it to go! And that one looked like it might be a little bit too far right, but Brewer sinks it through. 2 for 3 from outside the arc tonight. Up to 6. Segu back for Jordan. Dribbles left arm. Pulled up at the elbow. Far side pass. Here's a 3 from the corner. Segu too hard. Rebound picked up on a bounce by Sabanti over the timeline left wing. Nike Sabanti down the left side of the floor. The ball batted away by Mbala. Segu picks up. Dances past the defender far side. Floater up for an alley-oop on Graves. What a play there by Segu. Got free from the defenders from the far corner of his own end. Able to reach an alley-oop pass by Javon Graves, who slammed it home. 54-51. Miami leads it. Ball stripped away. Segu up the floor. Jordan down the lane. His layup attempt was no good. Sabanti got his hand up on the backboard, and they may be calling goaltending here. Although they haven't added they just did add the point. So Sabanti whistled for goaltending. They say the layup is good. Devontae Jordan made it, and he's up to 10 points of the day for Buffalo. RedHawks down, lead it by just 1 point, 54-53. Both teams are hot offensively, both making moves on either side of the floor. And you're listening to Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back here at Millett and Oxford, 54-53, Miami leading the Buffalo Bulls. Buffalo is 6 for 9 in second half field goals. The Rocks are 4 for 6. These are two hot teams right now. Although a stat that does stick out, Buffalo leading the fast break points by a 15-3 margin, and when they have gone on scoring drives and runs tonight, the Bulls have done a lot of them on the fast break. That's something the RedHawks here are going to have to limit as we move closer and closer to the end of this very close game. Rocks with the ball offensively on the timeout. Coleman Lance, top of the key. Delonte Brown trying to give it to Grant far side and Will. Grant, top of the key, tripped up, trying to make a drive. 13 to shoot. Pass far side, Josh Brewer. Had it stripped away by Williams, who's down the floor up the right side and lays a two-handed jam as Brewer shadowed him all the way down. But Jonathan Williams, without much there to worry about in terms of defense, gives Buffalo their first lead of the half at 55-54. Coleman Lance far side pass, Josh Brewer. Bam Bowman top of the key will wait for Miami. Far side pass for Josh Brewer, trying to come out of the corner, walks it around the arc to the near side. Coleman Lance, far corner now, got a pass down low. Brown working on there, and he was working on Graves, and got it off the hoop, but no good. Buffalo rebound back the other way, and ball, a long stretch pass up the right wing. He caught it near the baseline. It was knocked down on a charge to the floor. And Mbala now down under the Miami hoop in some pain after that last play. A foul was whistled. Bam Bowman picks up his second personal, and ball is still laying on his left side under the basket as the trainer comes out to attend to him. And we get a bit of a stoppage here as the teams retreat to their benches. 14:49 is left here in the second half. 55-54, Buffalo leads it. And Mbala there, able to walk off on his own power. So they did pick up Bowman for the foul, and now the referee's checking at the monitor to make sure there's nothing more there than just the regular personal. And they say it is not. So Miami here will come back on the floor. Now the referee's discussing this at the top of the key at the offensive end of the Buffalo offensive end of the floor. Just to see if Bam Bowman, who made Mbala go down pretty hard there, will be whistled for anything more than just a regular foul. Jack Owens receiving an explanation now. It appears that nothing else will be whistled. So Williams here for Buffalo will be shooting free throws. As now a bunch of Buffalo players are talking with the referees about what happened in front of their own bench. So Williams here will be shooting 2 free throws, it appears, as the team lines up at the free throw line. Jonathan Williams will shoot the first one up and good. He has 9 points tonight, 3 for 6 from the field. 1 for 2 for three-point land, 2 for 3 in the free throw department now. Bam Bowman is out after a second personal foul. Eli McNamara is in for Miami. As Williams dribbles twice with the left arm and fires off. A free throw there that bounced off and away right. But an offensive rebound picked up by Buffalo. Sangu got a feed near side, outside the arc. Working here on Brewer. Sangu jumping back inside for a jumper that missed from the near corner. McNamara the rebound off to Coleman, lands the right wing over the timeline. Pass drop for Day Grant, standing at half court for Miami. Dribbling the ball on the right arm near side. Grant now top of the key. Dribbling between the left and right arm. Left elbow pass to the far side. Brewer free throw line. The shot tipped away though. Coming in there was Jordan. Buffalo gets it back. Jordan pass to the near corner. Sangu launches a three. It's good. And the Bulls extend the lead to 5, 59-54. It's a 10-0 run for Buffalo in the last 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And Jack Owens has called a timeout here with 14:08 to go in the second. As Buffalo has gone on a bit of a run in the last few minutes, and the RedHawks will use their second timeout of the game. 14:08 left to go in the second half. RedHawks trailing here by 5 to the Buffalo Bulls. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you at Millett Hall in Oxford. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio this evening. Buffalo leading Miami by a score of 59-54 with 14:09 to go here in the second half. RedHawks had 19 offensive rebounds in their game Tuesday at Bowling Green. That was a season high. Tonight, just 4 offensive boards for the RedHawks, as they will need to look to improve that. Buffalo on a 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes, 24 seconds, and in that same amount of time, Miami is scoreless, obviously. 1,056, the announced attendance of tonight's game. Rock to the ball, offensive end of the floor. Day Grant, shovel pass near side. Outside the arc, McNamara, 2 dribbles and will wait on the right wing. Top of the key pass, Coleman Lance, far side, Day Grant. Little floater inside for Brown. And he was fouled on a shot attempt from the left side of the hoop. So Delonte Brown here will, it appears, shoot 2 free throws with 13:51 to go in the second. 5-point lead for the Bulls here. Brown 2 dribbles, fires it up and in. On the free throw attempt to make it a 4-point game. 17 points in the night for Brown. Those are, well, that is the first point he has in the second half. 2 more dribbles and it's through. Brown 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. RedHawks trail by 3, 59-56. Looking for that first MAC win of the year. Top of the key, Jamon Graves, near side Segu, far side Graves coming in from the corner, stripped away the ball in the paint. Coleman Lance cross timeline, middle of the floor for Miami. Bounce pass, far side, Sabandi off the glass. Hung for a second but never dropped through. Bertrand wrestles the ball under the hoop. And he will be, I guess, he drew a foul down there as Ball coming all the way back down the floor, or at least the players are. They send the ball back to the Buffalo end for an inbound here. And I do say Isaiah Coleman-Lance picks up his first personal foul. So Ronald Segu pass to the near side. Jordan on the left wing outside the arc for Buffalo. Left elbow pass inside. Bertram wide open lane down the middle. Off the glass and in for a pair. 61-56. Buffalo leads a 12-2 run now for the Bulls. Coleman-Lance top of the key. Far side pass for McNamara. Holding the ball there. Coleman-Lance inside the arc. A little shot. It's in. From about 18 feet out, Coleman-Lance trying to get through. 3-point game again. 12:52 to go in the second. 61-58. The Bulls lead it. Here's Segu down the right side for Buffalo. Passes it back. Holding there Jordan to the middle of the floor. We get a whistle for a foul on Miami. They'll pick up Dana Grant for some elbows he was throwing there under the hoop, as the ball was outside the arc. And Buffalo is back here to the near side of the floor for an inbound. Javon Graves will be the one that will fire it in. RedHawks will send Makai Larry back in the game, and Dana Grant is out after getting his third personal. Jordan top of the key, right elbow, back for Williams. Top of the key will walk it down the left edge of the paint, trying to get position on Brown. Feeds it back to Bertram, outside the arc, Segu on the right wing. 8 to shoot for the Bulls. Segu left and right arm dribble. Drive to the right side, inside the arc, pulled up for a jumper that missed from 10 feet. Segu whips up the ball himself, works it across the paint, and a left-handed shot good off the glass. He did that against 4 Miami players, and Segu won the offensive battle. Larry pass left wing. Coleman-Lance holds here, top of the key Larry. Right wing it is Sabani. Drive from the arc. Will not be able to get the shot up. Bertram got his hands up. Long stretch pass ahead. Graves with a one-handed slam on the feet from Jordan. Jordan gave it to him at half court, and Graves slammed it home. 65-58. Buffalo leads it. They're 4 for 5. In their last 5 field goals, 20 points in the day for Javon Graves on the dunk. McNamara far side. Leaves it behind for Makai Larry. Works it to the free throw line. Back for McNamara. Under the hoop. Gets room. Left-handed hook shot missed by him. And Bertrand the rebound to the far side for Segu. Up for Jonathan Williams. Returns to Segu far side of the floor. 11.5 to go in the second half. Williams far side 3. Left wide open. It's short. Took a bounce. Sabani knocks it to Coleman-Lance near side of the floor. And he'll control here from Miami. Coleman-Lance back for Sabani over the timeline left wing. Sabani gets to the top of the key, fires at 3, too far left, long rebound to Bertrand. Gives it to Segu over the timeline right way for Buffalo. Segu right elbow pulled up, and then walks it back to half court. Segu troubles between the left and right arm, pass to your side, Jordan with 14 to shoot. Top of the key, Williams launches a 3, too far left. Coleman-Lance beats out Grace for the rebound near side of the floor, and Coleman-Lance will slow it down for the RedHawks here and pass to the far side for Larry. 10:40 to go here in the second. 65-58 Buffalo leads. Larry far side, Coleman-Lance. McNamara to the near wing for Sabani. Back up top, Larry holds the ball for the RedHawks. Far side, Coleman-Lance tried a 3. A whistle blew it dead. They say Williams committed a foul on Coleman-Lance, as Williams was trying to poke the ball free on the 3-pointer before it was shot off. Williams has whistled for his 4th foul, and the player who is now in double figures for Buffalo today is in foul trouble. So 10:29 to go here in the second. Buffalo clinging to a 7-point lead, and it's 65-58. The Bulls lead it. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. We'll be right back after this. Back to Millett Hall in Oxford. Patrick Geshan with you here on this Friday night. 10:29 is left in half number 2. 65-58. The Bulls on top of Miami. 5 team fouls for the RedHawks, 4 for Buffalo. As the RedHawks with the ball on the offensive end of the floor here, Makai Larry with a bounce pass to the far side for Nike Sabani. Back up top, Larry controls. Near wing, Coleman Lance. Far side, Larry attempts a 3. It's in and out. And the offensive rebound, though, picked up by Miami with a 20-second shot clock reset. Sabani got it on the far side. Back for Larry. Walks it to the point. Right elbow shot there is good for Larry. Kind of fell back and got it off more with the left hand. Exactly halfway through the second half. And the RedHawks trail by 5, 65-60. Bulls with the ball here. Segu, top of the key. Pass down the right wing. Picked off by the RedHawks. It is Sabani back the other way and up the left side. Sabani inside the arc. Reaches the left elbow. And got a layoff to go, but no good. Mballa held the ball into the Buffalo hoop. It was stripped away by Larry. Larry off the glass, no good on a layup attempt. Getting an offensive rebound. And a foul whistle there on Makai Larry as he goes crashing into the Miami bench. Along with a Buffalo player, and that appears to be Segu. There's some pretty careless ball handling there in the defensive end for the Bulls. Will cost them a foul here. Head coach Jim Whitesell trying to get his team back up and into it. As both teams come into this game on a 2-game losing streak, Buffalo does not want to start 0-3 in the MAC for the first time since 2013. Bam Bowman is brought back in the game here for Miami. Brown will go out. As Buffalo leading the points in the paint right now, 34-22. They also lead the fast break points, 22-3. Coleman lands bounce pass far corner. Bowman could not grab it, blowing off of Mballa and out of bounds. So now Coleman lands just moves to a new spot to inbound the ball with 19 to shoot. Far side Bowman, top of the key for Larry. Back for Coleman lands. Bowman up on Mballa and coughed away there. Segu back the other way. Up the right side of the floor. Dishes back outside the arc with 25 to shoot and 9:16 to go here in the second. Jordan waits top the key with a left-handed dribble. Down to the right elbow. We'll pass it back here. 3 by Graves. Good. Now 23 points on the night by Javon Graves. He's 3 for 4 from outside the arc. Leading the Buffalo Bulls in points tonight, and they lead it by 8, 68-60. RedHawks trying to climb back into this one. Graves 3 for 4 his last 4 field goals too. Larry top of the key. Coleman Lance near side, launches a 3. That was in and out. As Aya trying to box out players for the offensive rebound. And a foul whistled here as it went out of bounds. It will be on LaQuil Hardnett. His 4th personal foul. So now 3 players for Buffalo at 4 personal, and Williams, Johnson, and Hardnett. So it will be an inbound coming here on the way from Larry. Far side pass to Coleman Lance, walks it up to the arc. Now the free throw line, bounce one back for Larry outside the arc. Coleman Lance resets 3, good! From the top of the key by Isaiah Coleman Lance, makes it a 5-point Buffalo lead at 68-63. 8:25 to go here in the second. Bouncing at right arm, Segu. Far side pass, Devontae Jordan will wait. Dribbling it down to the far corner. Spin around move on Aya, but missed his shot short for right in front of the hoop. And a foul whistled on Buffalo. Is going after the ball too aggressively. Josh Mballa. It was loose there in front of Bam Bowman. And I wonder here who's going to shoot free throws. That is the 17th foul on Buffalo in this half. So they sent Precious Hyatt to the line here for a pair, as Mballa now has 1 personal foul. Segu is out for Buffalo. They bring Antoine Johnson in, and Johnson has 4 fouls in the game. 8:13 to go here in the second. Josh Brewer is out for Miami. Myjai White back in. Aya 2 dribbles at the line for the 1-and-1 shot. Misses the first one, and ball on the rebound for the Bulls. Hands it off for Devontae Jordan, who's over the timeline right wing. Jordan dribbling right arm. Switches between left and right. Himbala, left elbow, reaches the Mac logo, getting a shot off there, and they say a foul on Miami before that happened. And Precious High will pick up his third personal. Now we'll stop play here with 7:59 to go in the second for immediate timeout. 68-62, Buffalo the lead. Stay with us on Red Hawk Radio. It's getting pretty good in Oxford. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. $7:59 to go here in the second half. Buffalo 68, Miami 62. Here from Millett Hall, Patrick Geshan with you on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for joining us. The ball will be on the offensive end of the floor for Buffalo. Number 4, Devontae Jordan will inbound for the Bulls near side of the baseline. And get it to the corner on a give and go with Bertram. Jordan got the ball back and launched a three. That's good right after the timeout. 71-62. The Bulls on top with 7:48 to go here in the second. Kyle Larry dribbling on one arm, right side of the floor. Near side feed for Bam Bowman. One up, back for Larry. Around the arc for the RedHawks. Larry left elbow. Dish it back for Bowman. Hand it back for Isaiah Coleman-Lance. 7 to shoot. Larry far side. Coleman-Lance near wing for a three. It's good from downtown. Coleman-Lance. 10 points of the day for Isaiah Coleman-Lance. Averaging 6.9 on the year. Top of the key, Jordan. Pass up top for Javon Graves. Dribbling between the left and right arm. Far side for Johnson. And we get a whistle here. It's going to be turned over back to the RedHawks, but I'm not sure what the call was. Guess there was some dead ball foul on Buffalo. That's what the referee maybe just said. He was walking by. Larry over the timeline, middle of the floor for the RedHawks. Dribbling right arm. Walking back to the near side. Kyle Larry, pass down low. Brewer pivoting on the left foot. From the corner, we get a whistle here for a foul, and they're going to say this is on Buffalo. It's Bertram, whose arms are up in disgust with the call. I guess he was elbowing Delonte Brown down there under the hoop. And Brock Bertram, number 41 in blue, has just picked up his third personal. Antoine Johnson is in for, or is out for Buffalo. Ronaldo Sugo is in. And Bowman here at the line for a pair. Rocks down by 6. Missed it. Guess it was 1-1 as the rebound comes down to Buffalo. 6:50 to go here in the second. Jordan over the timeline, middle of the floor. Trailing to the left wing, now back outside right as Larry lost him on defense. Jordan still with the ball. And it goes out the near sideline. We get a whistle here. It's going back to the Bulls. As it went out of bounds in that near corner. Jordan picks it up and a pass near side for Graves. Walks it up to the middle of the floor. 10 to shoot for Buffalo. 6.5 to go in the half as Graves off of the glass. No good. The rebound picked up by Miami. Myjai White had the ball. And a whistle for a foul against Bertram. It will be another one on him, and now he has 4 in the game. And Jim Whitesell doesn't like to call it all, the head coach for Buffalo. Well, now they reverse it and say Mbala got the foul, so that's his second personal of the game. And they'll walk it all the way back down the other way as the Rocks trying to pick up the defensive board there, and the Bulls a little bit too physical according to the referees. Myjai White, 3 dribbles with the right arm. And the 1-on-1 chance, he makes the first one. With 6:27 to go here in the second, a 5-point Bulls lead. And White will make the second to pull Miami within 4. 71-67, Buffalo on top with 6:20 left in the fourth. Jordan to the far side, Javon Graves back for Segu. Outside the arc for the Bulls. We'll wait here with 15 to shoot. Dribbling with the left arm. Segu waiting for the offensive play. Near wing, Jordan gets a pass. He's outside the arc working on Larry. Jordan inside will grab it to the left edge. That circle back to the paint. 1 to shoot, 3-pointer. Segu far side, in and out. As a rebound tipped out to Larry, far side of the floor. Long pass ahead. The RedHawks trying to lose it out of bounds. Larry trying to feed Coleman, lands up the left wing. He was standing right in front of the scorer's table over the timeline. And the pass too far out of his reach, and Coleman lands. Watch the ball go out of bounds off his hands. Segu will inbound here, far side of the floor for the Bulls. Into Jordan. And a fresh shot clock for Buffalo at 30 seconds. Who's over the timeline middle. Graves got a pass top the key. Right elbow pass back. Jordan left wing 3-pointer. Too far right. It goes out of bounds here. And back the other way. The Rocks will get it. Or maybe they called a foul, and I think they did. Graves got a foul. The team's 10th foul of the half. Rocks are going to shoot 2 free throws now for every Buffalo foul as Graves will pick up his first personal of the game. So luckily nobody in foul trouble as Buffalo has 3 players who have 4 fouls each. Williams, Johnson, and Harnett. And Williams is out there right now. First free throw by White is too hard. So if you are the RedHawks, you're going to have to make free throws here with a double bonus. 5:39 left in the second half, down by 4. RedHawks have a 5-0 run in the last 2 minutes, 19 seconds. And White will make the second one to pull Miami within 3, so it's a 1-possession game. 71-68, the Bulls lead it. Devontae Jordan over the timeline, middle of the floor. Crowd trying to get into it for Millett. Segu near side, and the left wing for Buffalo. Drive down the right edge of the paint, pulls back right elbow for the shot, that's good. And Buffalo will call the timeout here right after the shot as Segu pulled back and made it from the right edge of the floor. The Bulls now have 2 timeouts remaining in the game. The RedHawks have 2 as well. And a 30-second call here with 5:23 to go in the second. Buffalo leading it by 5, 73-68. Bulls are 1 for 4 in their last 4 field goal attempts, but a clutch one made there by Segu on the good jumper, who's up to 11 points on the day. RedHawks leading scorer is Delonte Brown, number 13 in white. He has 18 points, 5 for 8 from the field. It's Javon Graves, leading point getter for Buffalo, who has 23 on the day. He's 8 for 14 from the field. And as the Miami huddle breaks up from their bench, this paying crowd of 1,056 people trying to cheer on the RedHawks back to the floor. They'll inbound here, the ball on their defensive end of the floor. Brown one bounce into Larry, who picks it up. And then the RedHawks will move into the offensive side now. Larry far side pass. Myjay White holds the ball left wing, returns to Larry at the point. His matchup is Segu. Now a left wing pass for Coleman Lance. Watson left elbow, pass back to the far side, and then a return. Coleman Lance, three-pointer short. Brown down there trying to grab the rebound, but Williams boxed him out for it. Buffalo return the other way. 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Segu over the line on the right wing for Buffalo. Bounce pass to Graves, right elbow. Will make the charge down the right edge of the paint, off the iron, no good. It's tipped around, and Larry will come down with it for the RedHawks and fast break the other way. Pass to the near corner. Brown fake the three, shuffled left, back for Larry, top of the key. His three, way too far left. And Jack Owens not happy with that last offensive possession. 4.5 to go in the second. Segu dribbling with the right arm at half court. 18 to shoot for Buffalo. Segu pass near side. Devontae Jordan holds here for the Bulls. Back top of the key. Near side Williams. Dribbling left arm to the left elbow and will circle back. Williams still outside the arc. 6 to shoot. Reaches the back logo of the paint. Spin around move. It's off the glass. No good. As a foul will be drawn there by Williams on Delonte Brown, who fell over the process. Third personal to Delonte Brown and the team's 7th. 4:12 to go here in the second. Williams will shoot 2 for the Bulls. And the first one is no good. Hit the rim twice. Rocks will put Sabandi back in the game. Coleman Lands is out. And Dana Grant is also back in the game. Makai Larry is out. Sabandi back in, 2 personal fouls, 6 points on the day. He really hasn't played much at all, just 20 minutes. It's not very much for Nike Sabandi. 74-68 as Williams made the second free throw. Dana Grant, top of the key, down the right edge of the paint. Back for Coleman Lance, long three, missed. And the rebound picked up here by Buffalo, who returns down to the offensive end of the floor. Segu lock floater in, as Mbala couldn't quite time the alley-oop. He came down with a ball and then laid a two-handed jam in after that as the RedHawks gave up on him defensively. Miami scoreless in the last minute, 48. 76-68, Buffalo leads it. 3:35 left in the second. Shea White controls top of the key for Miami. Pass far side. Sabandi, floater pass to the left side of the hoop. Brown works under for a right-handed shot off the glass and no good. Buffalo returns the other way. Devontae Jordan. Right-handed dribble. Hits the brakes on the arc. Lost Dana Grant. Three-pointer short. Coming in for his own rebound. The pass tipped away to the near side. Picked up by Myjay White. And he lost it trying to go over the timeline. Tie up on the floor right at half court. A jump ball is whistled. Buffalo the possession arrow, and they will keep it with 3:10 to go in the second. And we have immediate timeout. Bulls lead it by a score of 76-68. RedHawks scoreless in the last 2.5 minutes. They're going to have to change that. And something else very quickly here to have a shot in this one. It's Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Back to Millett in a moment. 3 minutes, 10 seconds are left in the second half for Millett Hall in Oxford. Buffalo 76, Miami 68. And Buffalo will control the ball offensively here after the timeout. That's the last media timeout of the game. So Graves the inbound pass for the near side. He found number 10 in blue, Ronald Sego. The far wing pass here, and they get it back to Graves on the right elbow. Made the move in, back to the outside, stripped by Day Grant. Graves far corner, floater pass outside. Jordan moved down the left wing, back for Williams, wide open three, but that is not going to count as Precious Aya was knocked down under the hoop, and the referees blew the play dead with 2:50 left here in the second. Jordan picks up his second. Miami back the other way. Buffalo on a 5-0 run the last 3 minutes. Grant top of the key, down the right elbow. Played it off the glass, no good. Precious Aya back for Delonte Brown. It's tied up now under the Buffalo hoop. Possession arrow favors Miami, as earning the tie up that time was Devontae Jordan. And we had Day Grant and Brown. 2:36 is left here in the second. Inbound coming far side of the baseline for Miami, and now we have an injured Buffalo player on the opposite side of the floor of their bench, and that's Senku. Hobbling across the floor, and there is very little weight on his right leg. May have twisted his ankle or something there, and so he's going to have to walk off the floor, and they're going to bring Antoine Johnson in, who has 4 fouls tonight. Sabandi, far corner pass. Grant walks into the arc, fires a jumper from 20. That missed. Rebound tipped out to the Miami bench, and they're going to say it will stay with the RedHawks on offense. They will get 20 seconds on the shot clock, too, with 2.5 to go here in the second. Coleman lands, one bounce to Aya, and then Day Grant top of the key for Miami. Back for Aya on the far side. We'll give it back up here for Day Grant. One bounce, then back to the top of the key. Right elbow pass, Sabandi charged down the right side, laid it off the glass and in with the right arm. And the Rocks now within 6. 2:06 left in the second. 76-70 Buffalo leads. Rocks get a big stop here on defense. Between the legs, Jordan dribbles. Top of the key for Buffalo. Will reach the free throw line. Pass it far side. Williams long three. No good. Rebound Sabandi. The RedHawks are still alive. 1:48 to go here in the second. They're down by 6. Grant top of the key. Will walk it down to charge in the left edge of the paint. It's off the glass and good for Day Grant. 76-72. Buffalo on top. The crowd into it here and on their feet up Millett Hall with 90 seconds left. Jordan far side, dribbling with the right arm. Back for Johnson, top of the key. 2 dribbles and then Graves will go to the right wing for the point. Back outside the arc with 12 to shoot. Graves, right elbow, pull-up jumper, yes. And Buffalo extends the lead back to 6. 78-72 with 1:10 to go in the second. Ran over the timeline, middle of the floor. Near side pass, Coleman lands. Top of the key, Delonte Brown holds the ball for Miami. We'll play it down low for Aya, and before that occurs, Jack Owens will call a timeout. RedHawks have 2 left, so now they're down to 1. So the RedHawks trail Buffalo here 78-72 with 1:01 to go in the second half. Buffalo has 10 team fouls. The RedHawks have 7 as a team in the half. Buffalo out rebounding Miami 40-36 in this game. So Buffalo with any Miami foul is going to shoot 1-1 free throws. The RedHawks will shoot 2 free throws. For any remaining Buffalo fouls here in the last minute and 1 second, the possession arrow favors Buffalo. So Buffalo will probably try to tie up anybody they can here in this last minute and 1 second, if they are able to. Inbound will come on the far side of the floor for Miami at the baseline. And again, their offensive end here with 18 to shoot. And the inbound comes into the hands of Day Grant from Coleman Lance. Grant down the left edge of the paint. Whistle blows the play dead. He made the basket, but it won't count. Buffalo whistled for a foul. as Ronald Segu, who just limped off the floor a couple of plays ago, is back at the scores table wanting to check in. And Antoine Johnson has just fouled out for Buffalo, picking up his first personal. So he played just 10 minutes in the game and has 5 personal fouls now. 2 points, 1 for 1 from the field on the night. And 1 rebound for Johnson. That means 2 free throws for Miami, who have a chance to make it a 4-point game at this trip. And it's Dayton Grant, the first one missed. Grant came in a 77.8% free throw shooter. He's only 2 for 5 at the line tonight. Coleman Lands is out for Miami. Myjai White brought back in. The second free throw on its way from Day Grant. In and out from him. Less than a minute to go now in the second. 55 seconds. 6-point lead for the Bulls. Maybe Miami tries a foul. Segu has the ball. Over the timeline, pass to Mbala. Bowman gets him at the top of the key. That will be the 3rd personal on Bam Bowman. And Makai Larry will check back in for Miami here with 47.8 seconds left in the second half. Josh Mbala will shoot 1-1 here for the Bulls. 2 bounces in the right arm that returns the ball to his hands. And a 1-1 first opportunity, missed short. Back the other way comes Savani, over the timeline right away, pulls up at the arc, cut to the middle, Mac logo, spin around, off the glass, no good, batted back to the far side. Williams, the leap to get the ball back for the Bulls. White from the Miami bench will foul Javon Graves. And with 34.1 to go here in the second, Graves will go to the line for 1-1, as that's the 9th team foul on Miami in the half. And the Bulls leading here by 6. So at the line now, they will have Javon Graves, 71.4% free throw shooter coming in, and misses it. So back the other way comes Miami. Grant, 30 seconds left, outside the arc, behind the back dribble move, it's off the glass and in for him. 4-point game, the RedHawks trail now 78-74, and immediately after that bucket will call a timeout with now 25.2 seconds to go here in the second half. And it'll be a full timeout for Miami, so we will step aside. Again, 25.2 to go in the second. Buffalo leads it by 4. Back to Millett Hall in a moment. It's Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at Millett Hall in Oxford. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio this evening. 25.2 seconds are left in the second half of our basketball game here from Millett Hall. Buffalo 78, Miami 74. 9 team fouls for Miami in this half, 10 for Buffalo. RedHawks have no more timeouts remaining. The Bulls have 2 timeouts left. And Miami will send out to the floor Precious Aya, Myjai White, Makai Larry, and Nike Sabandi, and Josh Brewer. As the Rocks will inbound the ball here. The shot clock is off, 25.2 is left. Actually, Mike, your pardon. Buffalo is inbounding from their own end. Full court press for Miami here. It's coming from the baseline. Devontae Jordan to the near corner for Segu. Back for Jordan, middle of the floor, 20 left. Segu behind Jordan, who set a screen. Myjai White will commit the foul in front of the Miami bench. With 18.6 seconds to go in half number 2. So now the 10th team foul against Miami, and 2 free throws here will come for Buffalo on every other foul Miami commits in this game. So they send Ronaldo Segu to the line, the 6'160 sophomore out of Orlando, and he makes the first one. Delonte Brown will arrive back in the game for Miami. They'll bring out Brewer. They'll bring out Myjai White. Coleman Lands returns. With 18.6 left. Second free throw coming here, and you can hear the screams. It's good from Segu. Rocks have 18.6. They're down by 6. Grant, right side drive. And they will whistle this one dead for a foul on the Bulls. Segu picks up his second personal. He has 13 points in the night, so now Grant will shoot 2 for Miami. 13.6 seconds to go in the second. Grant makes it to give Miami the 5-point difference with Buffalo. Bulls lead at 80-75. And Grant here has a chance to make it a 2-possession game, or a 4-point game. I guess still a 2-possession game. And missed the second one. But Aya tips out the rebound. Coleman Lands 3 is good! 10.6 seconds to go. RedHawks have no timeouts. It's a 2-point game. And they foul Segu, who got the inbound pass from Jordan. What a great play by Precious Aya down at the other end of the floor when Grant missed a free throw left. Aya was right there to tip the ball outside the arc. And Coleman Lands notched the 3-pointer from the left wing. Segu at the line, and you can hear the screams. Makes it. So now a 3-point game, 8.5 seconds are left here in the second half. And this is a huge free throw coming from Ronaldo Segu, who has yet to miss one at the line tonight. To make it a 2-possession game with less than 10 seconds to go. Segu sinks it. Timeout Buffalo with 8.5 left, and they're up by 4 now, 82-78. Bulls have 1 timeout remaining after this, and I believe they're going to use a full timeout here. Well, if you're the Miami RedHawks, you want to analyze this game. You played pretty well for pretty much the entire night, but when it all comes down to it, the RedHawks this year have really struggled in letting opponents take big runs. And when you talk to opposing coaches of the RedHawks or hear what they have to say before they play them, they always say we have to get runs on Miami, and don't really know the formula for success there. But the thing is, Miami steps back for major portions of the game and allows other teams to climb their way back in it. There's one point the RedHawks were up by 12 in this game. It was very early on, but Buffalo climbed back for a 17-0 run in the middle part of the first half, and eventually that's what made this game close ever since, about halfway through the first. The Bulls had a terrible start in the game this afternoon. Buffalo leads it by 4. They want to go back to Western New York with a MAC win under their belt. RedHawks with a loss here could start 0-3 in the conference. And Kent State is coming to Millett on Tuesday night at 7 on RedHawk Radio. Precious Aya inbound from his own end with 8.5 to go. As all the players are clustered at half court, Aya has to go, and he ran out of time. Aya waited, he had the ball in his right arm and cocked it as if to baseball throw it down to half court. And the 10-second violation whistled. Referee was pretty generous too in giving him the amount of time. Jack Owen just put his head into his hands. So an inbound for Buffalo, their own end. Devontae Jordan near side of the baseline, and one of the referees is blowing it dead before it occurs. Players are still getting set near the free throw line, as they were looking at the monitor to see how much time should be put back on the clock. So they have put 8.5 on the clock. Jordan the inbound here. 10 seconds will start now. And he will call the final Buffalo timeout as Miami set up pretty aggressively on the defensive end of the floor. There was Hartford an inbound attempt, and why not call it? It'll be a 30-second timeout with 8.5 to go in the second. 82-78, the Bulls on top. 10 team fouls for each team. No timeouts remaining for either team. And if you're the RedHawks, get a foul as early as you can and just hope that Buffalo misses. Still a 2-possession game, with the Bulls leading by 4. Huddles will break up. And again, Buffalo will inbound near side of the floor at the baseline. They send Devontae Jordan, the 6'2", 190 senior. And he will match up against Precious Aya, who's at the line. Aya's at 6'6". Jordan will float atop of the key. Coleman Lance tipped it out of bounds. They say it stays with Buffalo as he was battling with Graves. A floater pass by Jordan from the baseline all the way up to the top of the key. Graves and Coleman Lands were battling for it. They both touched it, went out of bounds the far sideline, and now we'll get a look on the replay. As, of course, both benches were saying that it belonged with them. So now 2 referees will take a look at the monitor far side. The advantage that you have in this game is it's on national TV. CBS Sports Network broadcasting the game. So you have some pretty good cameras to look at this play. As I'm trying to look at the announcer's monitor here, the TV broadcaster is sitting to my right, as they have, of course, blown it up in slow-mo on CBS Sports Network. And it appears from their look that maybe Coleman Lance had the last touch. And that's what I thought initially, too, when I saw it live. So now a referee is jogging across the floor to explain something to the TV announcers. And they say the ball stays with Buffalo after the review. So the Bulls catch a break there. 6.8 seconds are now left on the clock. And an inbound comes on the far side right next to the timeline off the hands of Devontae Jordan. Jordan here will float this one, and all the players cluster to the half court. Segu got the inbound pass and immediately fouled by Larry in the backcourt for Buffalo. So 0.5 of a second ticked off there to 6.1 remaining. And so now is when you hope that Segu misses some free throws, but tonight perfect at the line, 4 for 4, including making the last 2 free throws for Buffalo as a team, shooting 14 for 22 from the stripe tonight. And that one is made to make it a 5-point contest, 83-78. And Segu here can pretty much put this one to bed with a make. Missed it short. Brown picks it up. 4 seconds left. Grant up the left wing. It is Jovic for a long 3. In and out, and the buzzer will sound. And the Buffalo Bulls come into Oxford to earn conference win number 1 on the season. They beat the Miami RedHawks at Millett Hall tonight by a final score of 83-78. And the 1,056 paid fans in attendance tonight will not go home happy, as Buffalo will not start 0-3 in the conference for the first time since 2013. They are in the win column for the first time this year in the MAC, beating the Miami RedHawks tonight. And they are 10-6 overall, 1-2 in the conference. RedHawks fall to 7-9 overall, 0-3 in the MAC. They now have a 3-game losing streak, are 5-3 at Millett Hall in Miami, as open conference play with 3 straight losses on the year. So the Bulls head back to Western New York, pretty happy with that result. And again, an 83-78 win over Miami tonight. Hitting point getter for Buffalo this evening was Javon Graves, the 6'3", 200 junior out of Malvern, Ohio. He had 25 points in the Bulls win tonight. Miami leading point getter, number 13, Delonte Brown. He had 18 points out of Miami's 78 today. And Brown, of course, inching closer to that 1,000-point club, was just 165 points away at the beginning of today. Buffalo out rebounding Miami 43-40, including 11 offensive rebounds to Miami's 10. Buffalo 32 defensive rebounds to Miami's 30. 15 assists for Buffalo to Miami's 12. As the Bulls had 38 points in the paint to Miami's 30. And the turnover margin tonight was pretty even. RedHawks had 13 turnovers to Buffalo's 12. The Rocks ended that game 1 for 5 in their last 3-pointers. That was not really a bright spot tonight. They were 7 for 22 from outside the arc, 31.8%. Buffalo pretty good from outside the arc themselves, 8 for 18. That's 44.4% for the Bulls, who will climb out of Oxford with a win tonight. 83-78 again is your final score. So the RedHawks will play again next Tuesday, this Tuesday I guess I should say, against the Kent State Golden Flashes. 7 p.m. start here from Millett Hall in Oxford. It'll be right here on Red Hawk Radio, so hope you'll join us again Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then Saturday they will be at Ball State for a 1 p.m. start. That of course is next Saturday, not tomorrow. And then back home on Tuesday, January the 21st, the RedHawks are for a bout with Akron. That begins at 7 p.m. So Jack Owens and his team will have to figure out something. They are 0-3 in the MAC to begin conference play this season. An 83-78 loss to the Buffalo Bulls tonight. So for our entire Red Hawk Radio crew, this is Patrick Geshan saying so long and good night from Oxford, Ohio, and Millett Hall, as the RedHawks falling tonight on this Friday night crowd in this one this evening. This has been a presentation by Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Thank you so much for joining us, and please have a great night.